Hello and welcome back to the G4p TV news. I'm your news reporter, Mehdi Kemewi. Today, I'll be talking about what's happening to Graham Porter in the Shockwave episode of Minecast. So in that episode, it has just been confirmed that Graham Porter, who has been presenting Minecast since the beginning, is dead. And no, this isn't a joke. This is 100% true. Graham Porter was sadly been killed in a massive shooting in Los Golem, and he was died. Yeah, all of us here at G4p Studios are completely devastated and heartbroken over Graham's death. But before you say anything, no. MV Oliverse didn't cause the mass shooting to kill Graham, and it wasn't his fault either. He didn't do anything bad to Graham. He was just a G4p TV fan and he was just requesting, that's all. But do you want to know whose fault for causing the massive shooting to kill Graham, and who's responsible for Graham's death? It was Louis Baronai. Yup, you guessed it right. Louis Baronai was the one who killed Graham Porter in the Shockwave episode of Minecast all along. So I do believe it was all Louis Baronai's fault for Graham's death, and he was responsible for it. Graham's death is not justice, and it wasn't a victory either. It was a provocation and a homicide. Louis Baronai is so going to get some karma for killing Graham Porter in the Shockwave episode of Minecast. But luckily, Louis Baronai was been pleaded guilty and he was sentenced to death by a lethal injection. In other words, execution. And also, Louis Baronai's execution is not a provocation. It was justice. Yup, it was justice for Graham Porter, the one who was killed in a massive shooting at Los Golem, which that happened in the Shockwave episode of Minecast. Oh, and don't worry. I'm sure hope Graham Porter will be revived with the G4p TV logic eventually, but I think we'll let Sonny handle it. And also, Louis Baronai was already executed by a lethal injection, so we won't have to worry about him anymore. Yeah, justice for Graham Porter. But anyways, over on my YouTube channel, stay tuned where I'll be working on 20 words that starts with 4 letters, which are E, F, G, and H. And also, I've decided to bring my quiz series back to my channel. Yup, you heard right guys. My quiz series will be brought back to my YouTube channel for the second time. However, that quiz series is not known as the Rapper Offline Quiz anymore, it is now called the G4p TV Challenge Quiz. But, don't worry. Nothing else will change, you will still see the quiz, but it's just the name that's changing. Anyway, the G4p TV Challenge Quiz series will be premiering later this May on my channel, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, that is all for today. This is Mehdi Kemewi, and I wish you all have a great day. Goodbye.